I do remember from
Select
last
your
week,
agent.
Dinos on that breach, on that brim is a very valuable player. She does have some very nice molly lineups for
Yeah.
post plants.
I have a question. Is Dinos just soup upside down?
Oh, wait,
Wait,
that is, wait,
is that
oh
soup?
my god, it's soup upside down.
All right.
I never noticed that in all my weeks of casting them.
Yeah. Well, they're probably just called Dinos at this point. I don't know. Upside down soup. Let's go. So, right now it seems like we're having everyone set up. We're seeing a lot of ghosts bought by the crouch potatoes right now, and so they seem pretty confident in their long sight lines. But right now, I'm not sure how this is looking because it looks like it's about to be a B hit at the moment, and those long sight lines aren't the best option, especially for this side.
Well, we do have that Killjoy set up on B, which is probably going to help slow them down to sight. Just that little turret is going to be pretty pesky for them.
Yeah, but a bit risky. No nano swarm, just ghost. Already,
Lynn
it
already
seems
getting that first pick. In Pookers in mid, Jet taking out her clone and trying to clear out Market as they head towards mid. Oh, turns on exposed pin. She gets one, but Ellie Twitch is traded.
Oh, and look at that. The flank by Ellie.
Coming in. That paranoia isn't going to connect with any damage, so the Dinos is going to get this plant down. Ellie is just sitting here, and she gets another pick. That's a 4K for Ellie Twitches. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a beautiful execution, and I really like how they came at it from multiple angles, and they were able to apply so much pressure that they couldn't really get closed off immediately from the site. You know, they didn't have to stall out. It was an immediate plant, quick execution, and well, not flawless technically, but in my opinion, that was very well done.
Yeah, Ellie Twitches really made a big impact. Great opener for that round, especially on the Reyna, even after her recent sort of nerf sort of buff.
Yeah, and so because of that, we're going to see light buys on the side of the attackers, and it seems like we're going to be witnessing some aggression from the defender side into B main.
Oh my god, okay, that's flash. Dinos does find one, however. Casey going down, but Exposed Panda is going to go for that trade. Unfortunately, it does leave Exposed Panda very, very low.
So look at this. It seems like they backed off, and they're just trying to look for a place to go at the moment, but we have people on multiple corners hoping to cut off any rotate.
Looks like after getting that pick on A, they're going to go to the site. Ellie Twitch is going to get another pick, and that puts Empress online for her 2 rounds into this match.
Oh, heavy hits already.
One enemy remaining.
Wow, this post plant. I would not expect. Yeah, I would not expect the play on Cat, and because of that, you know, they were easily able to get that one pick on Pookers. I just want to know also the fact that Ellie has gotten ult already this early. That's very powerful, especially if they can manage to get a quick flank, get 1 kill, and then they'd be on a roll.
Yeah, nobody else is even close to their ultimate. We've got a 4 out of 7 on Panda, but she's already got 6 charges on that ultimate, and it's ready to go.
Well, if she can find 2 picks, she can hopefully pressure them off of site.
Already trying to take control of mid here, gets a little bit of damage onto Pookers. And we also have this Marshall on Lynn just watching these mid sight lines while our attackers are making their way onto A.
Seems like they're just waiting for the aggression, but they're waiting at the wrong place. This is gonna leave site open.
We just have that nano swarm that's going to basically be on site, but I believe that's from the attackers, and Ellie Twitch is just holding control of the garden here. Oh my god. And she gets
and Ellie
one.
Twitch.
Goodness, these flicks. Ellie Twitches is just ripping through this team right now. Exposed Panda is able to trade her out, but she's really making such big impact in this round without even popping her ultimate. Dino's finding another. Miss Blue Jade, the only one to trade, and there we go. That's 3-0 on the board.
Yeah. Something I really admired that crossfire in window at the moment, because I think that definitely helped them secure the frag against Ellie. And if they want to win, I think they need to shut her down early, because once she gets going, once they get that one pick, it's easy to take sight for them. So I think they just need to shut that down quickly at the start. But it's going to be hard to find that because she's strong. She's a strong player.
Yeah, exactly. She's 10-2, and she's got like a full Vandal against all of these light buys here. And Lynn has also pulled out the Operator. Yeah, she's just allowed to push into mid uncontested. Like, no one is watching it, and I feel like that's a lot of where Luxe fails here.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a very strong lurk if we see mid rotate.
Already closing garden door. Exposed Panda, only person on site, just hiding under Helba, is quickly neutralized by Juniper. Ellie Twitches one. Pookers is able to trade her this time. So now it's a 4v3 situation. Still winnable for Team Luxe.
It seems like there are a lot of people hovering at Heaven, so if somebody could make a quick pinch onto Heaven, they could probably pick. Oh, but Lynn.
One enemy remaining.
Value out of this Operator. Lynn getting 2 kills this round, and that secures another round for Crouch Potatoes.
Yeah. One thing I want to talk about is you could definitely see how Ellie is reserving all of her uses of her utility because of the new nerf, and it kind of interests me because seeing her play around that, there are definitely moments where she could have taken around if she just used that, but I think the induced conservation of her utility has created a lot more pressure on the team as a whole to perform well instead of her just fragging out.
Yeah, and we do have 2 ults up now on the defending side. Maybe it's going to help them secure a round. Clefairy is the one who gets the opening pick this time, and is quickly traded.
They will be stalled out, but we are seeing a push mid from Ellie. Oh.
For the first time, someone just picks off Ellie in mid there, just watching that angle for once, and that's going to punish her since she's not used to being met with any sort of resistance here.
And they are aware of the attacker position. Oh, no.
They seem very indecisive right now, Sleepy.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's because they haven't had someone entry for site correctly, but it seems like they're looking to pinch B at the moment. But Sky's positioning, it just seems ideal for the moment, and let's see if they can get this. Oh.
Yes, Juniper with that entry frag onto B site, and Lynn finds another in CT. That's a free B site for them, and with 25 seconds on the clock, that plant is going to go down.
But look at this, we do have a KJ ult up, and so once they plant, we could have a retake situation. Hopefully it seems like Lynn is also sitting back, way back.
Lynn is expecting a flank here. It's very down. They can't really watch it without someone actually there.
One enemy remaining.
Juniper is going to neutralize any chance at a KJ ult, but Casey is still alive, and she's going to try to get this. That Molly really delayed her, and now this spike is just starting to tick down. Juniper getting that last pick. 3 picks for her for this round. 5-0.
I think ultimately that came down to it could have been a lot better use of KJ's ult in that situation. But also, even if Junifor did manage to get a pick on the person in the market, they wouldn't have been able to take side because if they had not gotten the pick on Brim, Brim could have just mollied that with their ult. I think it was a lost round the minute KJ got picked off.
Yeah, definitely. They had no way of really retaking site since after being mollied out like that, and there was no way to force them out without just picking them off one by one, and they had pretty good crossfires set up there.
We did see Pookers.
Careful now.
I heard to watch this.
Yeah, I believe one of the Jets is ulting, and Lin takes out the run it back that KC popped with that operator.
Joke's
They're gonna pressure them off the side.
Oh my god, a lot of ult usage right now. There's also this Killjoy lockdown as well as the run it back to take control of CT. Oh my god, that mid-air flick on to Pookers, and Ellie Twitch is finding another 5v3 situation at this point with the spike ticking down. And here's this counter ultimate Slippy, and that's going to make all of the attackers be forced into different corners of this B site.
Last player standing.
But Junifor from this corner is still able to find a pick, spots out Sky, and gets that last pick of 4K for her. A flawless round for the attackers, 6-0.
They're unsolvable at the moment, and I'm kind of wondering what they could do to change this. You know, I'm kind of thinking that there was a lot of ult usage in the round, but I feel like it comes a little too late. You know?
Yeah, that counter lockdown, they really could have taken advantage of it, but I think they felt a little bit too secure with themselves as they started to push in with it and were picked off from those angles.
Yeah, and I think definitely after that Phoenix wall went up, you know, they could have pushed onto site, but I think the crossfire was too strong at that moment, and if they had gotten a little bit more aggressive earlier on, it could have been a bit more possible.
And here's that Empress being popped. Ellie Twitch is taking quick control of mid. But unfortunately taken out by from behind by Miss Blue Jay. Junifor trading for Pookers.
But despite that pick, they are still at an advantage, and already we see ult usage. We have a post-plant Brimble available to them. It just seems like they have a strong setup right now.
Going up. Down you go.
Dinos is able to find one, and Clefairy another as they push onto this A site, and everyone else is making their rotations, but it's a 4-2 situation, not looking too good for the defenders here.
Especially this positioning, they have control of multiple sites.
Yes, Sky and Junifor facing off in garden. But they still have to
One
get on
enemy
site to
remaining.
go for this plant. Dinos finds Defender in Heaven, and Junifor finding Skies, which makes it 7-0. They're starting to run away with this map, Sleepy.
Yeah, I'm wondering because this is supposed to be a CT-sided map, and so this should be to their advantage, but I think the attack is just so strong. They never really let themselves be too pressured enough for the other team to really run away with it. Oh, to clarify, the attackers, they're quick with executing, and they don't let their chances be missed. They go for it, and because of that, they get so many early picks that it just ultimately ends up becoming these 2v5 situations.
Ellie Twitch is solo pushing onto this 4-stacked B site with only Omen on A. That's a lot of aggression that we have not seen from this team yet. And they're pushing out into B main knowing that nobody's there. But Miss Blue Jay is alone on A site while all the attackers are pushing onto them and getting this plant down.
And it looks like they're gonna have to hurry back on time. Already, bomb is planted. Oh, Lynn with her positioning. No way!
Oh my god!
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god! The 4K from Lynn with the operator watching this playing. What is happening?
Oh my goodness! She's completely running away with it, and Omen is the only one left in Heaven, hoping for a retake, but...
Oh my god, Lynn, that last pick on the operator, even getting a kill with her classic, that's an ace for Lynn.
that. Oh, and see that even if the team is running away with it, you know, we were highlighting Ellie, but Lynn, that hold, the decision making in order to properly take those fights one by one, picking them off, that classic, it almost looked like a 360. She was confident, she was taking them by storm.
Stay safe.
And that was also a little bit on the fault of the defenders too, all pushing basically on the flank, and with her the only person watching it, they were just lining themselves one after one so she could pick them off.
Oof. That's gonna be hard to fight back, but hopefully, well, let's see what they can do with this. It looks like right now more of a default setup with a bit of a B lean.
Here.
June 4 with that first blood. Casey is going to trade though, so that makes it a 4v4 situation. Is going to find another round of Ellie Twitches, so they're at a disadvantage for basically the first time this entire game.
Yeah, and look at that KJ utility on mid. She doesn't even have to watch that. She just has to wait for Lynn's aggression, and already they know where she is, but the op, she's just waiting post side. They need to make a decision because already we have 30 seconds on the
30
clock.
seconds left. Blocking sight.
Here's the Blade Storm coming out, and Lynn is going to be looking for an entry. Another ultimate use as Dinos takes out Exposed Panda to push onto this B site here. Defenders making quick rotations with the time so low right now. Hookers peeks off of that info from Market and gets one pick, but is quickly traded. The Hunter's Fury being used. Oh no! Clefairy getting a little bit too confident with that classic right click, and Skies takes them out mid ultimate.
Oh, and if only she put a little bounce on that. She's gonna have to push this. Oh, but she's not gonna get it. And so I'm so surprised because they ran in so quickly with the execution. You know, that ultimate use by DNOS to kind of flush out Market and apply less pressure to their push. It was just intelligent because they didn't have to worry about it. They were able to plant. And once they got to the post plant, you know, it was just trades going out left and right. And ultimately came down to the 1v1. And I think at that point, it was at the attacker's advantage. You know what? Right now, we're seeing defenders on kind of mixed buys at the moment. And so we're seeing a lot of damage being done by the attackers. I don't know if this can be taken back.
Yeah, the defenders really aren't putting too much pressure on the attackers at all. Like, I don't think I've really seen a time where I felt like the attackers might have actually lost the round. Ellie Twitches with the first blood onto KC, entering onto the A site, and that gives them a free site as most of the defenders still haven't made their rotations.
Out of charges. Placing alarm bot.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Oh, you're seeing pressure being applied. Oh, Junifor.
Run it back, Pop finds one pick in heaven, won't find another, but that's still a lot of value from that ultimate.
I'm confused. Is DNOS going for a post-plant molly?
I believe she is, and that's Swarm Grenade. I did not know that was possible when you were standing under heaven here, but Clefairy is able to get a pick with it, throwing it into that little corner and getting a pick off heaven from hell.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to have time, and they're just going to have to be forced to save. Another round going to the attackers, and we're not even at half already. 0 to 10. Oh, DNOS with the post-plant pick, and they're not even going to get that save.
That's really unfortunate for them. I mean, Junifor and Clefairy did get taken out by the spike, but they're basically rolling in money, so it's not going to affect them very much.
And I've noticed they did manage to try and change their tactics up and go for a hard B push. But I think immediately, it seems like Crouch Potatoes adapted and went for more of a default spread in the next round. So I don't know if they can accurately do anything and try to run away with it and hopefully take this back, because it seems like
You should run.
Crouch Potato is ready to
Yikes.
accommodate.
Well, that was a very unfortunate recon dart, since Lin was able to catch Skies, didn't get pinged out by that. And here's a lockdown coming out once again onto B and forcing all of the defenders off the site.
Smoke's down.
I believe Casey is still being very careful and watching mid here while LA Twitches clears out mid. Gets one pick, another one. There it is, another one for LA Twitches. While Lin takes control of the CT and Miss Blue Jay is out. Casey is the last person standing, and LA Twitches is gonna find that one again. 3 picks for her this round.
Last round in the half.
And that wasn't even with her ult. She needs to be shut down.
Really, like, I feel like she should the defender should at least try to focus her just a little bit, because every single round after round, she makes such a big impact for her team. She's getting those entry frags, she's clearing the sites, and they just need a way to counter that.
Yeah, and I think that ultimately comes up to, I guess they need to give up site quicker, because we always see at least one pick before the Crouch Potatoes take a site. So I'm wondering that if they manage to play more of a retake, you know, we do have that KJ ult up by Exposed Panda, so it is a possibility at the moment.
On the other hand, we do have 2 ultimates as well, Sleepy, on the attacking side.
I'm wondering, because it's more offensive on their part, those ultimates, if they manage to let them run out instead of immediately aggressing it.
There are those ultimates that we talk about, the run it back immediately taken out. The recon chart pings out basically all of the attackers, but there's no one there to capitalize off that information. Puker's XO is actually one to get the opening pick, but Lin is trading. The attackers are getting picks of their own. The Blade Storm comes out on Lin's part. And she's fighting it out here in heaven. We're gonna see some jet on jet violence. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect. Miss Blue Jay getting a pick. That means a 3-on-3 situation as the spike ticks down. But like we talked about, Dinos still does have some very good post-plant setups, but Clefairy is holding it down here in hell. She might not even need to use it, as Clefairy gets a 3rd pick. Excellent post-plant hold on her part, and that's going to make it 12-0, a flawless half.
Match point.
Wow. And also, we did see a lot of ult usage, so immediately we're back to more of an even grounds. Well, no, this is the 13th round. Right now, we're gonna have to see if they can kind of swing the economy this way, because if they don't win pistol, they're not winning at all. It's actually 13-0, so.
Yeah, this would have to be the comeback of the century if they are able to win this one. They would have to win 12 straight rounds and bring it to overtime, and I'm not sure if it can be done.
Yeah, like I talked before, it seems like Crouch Potatoes adapted so quickly, and so even if they did try to take these kind of rounds by storm, Crouch Potatoes would adapt.
Lin being punished a little for her aggression here. Miss Blue Jay taking her out. And the defenders making their quick rotations.
Engineers down.
One pick.
Oof, that was a nasty flick. The door is closed. The spike is going down. So at least they do have that.
Revealing area.
Placing sentry.
Attempting to break door here in this retake. That paranoia is going to connect. Ellie Twitches finding 2 picks. Sky is trading. That's the power of the frenzy right there as she gets Clefairy finding another, but Skies with that frenzy under hell is just holding it down, and it's all left up to Junifor to make this happen.
Oh, so close.
And that pick, and that's going to make it 13-0 on the side of Crouched Potatoes. Amazing
Defenders
game.
win.
Very well played on their
Who's
part.
up next?
Wow, they definitely ran away with that one. I definitely want to commend the fact that despite Crouch Potatoes having such a quick advantage, they never really underestimated their enemies. And we see them adapt to. It seems like it when Lux stacked on B site, immediately pushed out. They immediately decided, all right, we're not going to full push one site. We're going to completely change our way of going about it, so that way we don't immediately get picked off because they never wanted to underestimate their enemies.
Yeah, that was a very good play on their part. And if you look at the scoreboard here, did Junifor seriously only die once this entire game?
Oh well, I think that was because of their ults. They probably died more than one, technically more than once, but it they just ran away with it one time. Soup had two times. I'm just gonna call them Soup at this point.
And
It's
Clefairy 3 times. That is an impressive KDA, 16-1.
all right. And so we're gonna be back for a break in about
5 minutes, I would say.
yeah. Welcome back to the Galorants League Open Division. Our game, Lux versus Crouch Potatoes, and it seems like Crouch Potatoes really ran away with the last round. But hopefully we'll see a change if you are a fan of Lux. Right now, we have our maps pick by Lux. It is Bind, and it looks like we're gonna have Lux starting on the attacker side, and Crouch Potatoes going at it from the defender side. And I'm kind of interested, Tala, because we haven't seen Lux's attacker yet.
Well, we saw one round, but that hardly counted because it was only a pistol. And we are also seeing a Yoru come out on Lux's side.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think you could definitely take advantage of those long sight lines on this map and hopefully get a good flank on this side, because I think the power of Yoru is taking so much control of a wide area by just traversing it without worry.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the best parts of it, but I haven't seen a lot of gameplay for Yoru, so I'm interested to see how these girls play it.
Yeah. And so right now I'm kind of interested in seeing how this will work out, because right now we are seeing that there is probably I wouldn't say like a lack of sentinels, but it seems like it seems like Crouch Potatoes leans more aggressive, if more than anything. You know, we have 3 duelists on their side.
Yeah, that is definitely. If I could describe Crouch Potatoes one way, I would say they were aggressive.
Oh,
They seem to lean towards the cipher pick on the site. Was that on purpose? Okay, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Okay. Now they're going towards this A site. Sky tries to open onto site.
oh, but we are seeing a double U-Haul hold, interestingly.
And they are able to get a little bit on site. Junifor getting some damage into the 2 in U-Haul. Ellie Twitch is finding one. Sky's trading with her shock dart.
Planted.
Seems like
Spike
now we're
has
going
gone
for,
down.
yeah, it seems like a retake situation, but they are at an advantage because they do have more power in regards to duelists.
They have more bodies. Clefairy finding Coopers. And that's a 3-2 situation with all the defenders low. That happened very fast. Trades coming out in favor of the defending side. Crouch Potatoes taking the first point on the map.
Was that important?
Yeah, and that's very strong. You know, they managed to retain both ghosts on pistol round, and so they will be at an advantage, most likely a light buy. What I'm interested in is the complete aggression on U-Haul. They seem to be so focused on that one side, and they managed to retake so quickly from there. I think people really need to consider just maintaining control of that area, because I feel like once that's gone, your post plant is useless, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more important parts of maintaining these holds. And looks like we're going to see the defenders, after winning that round, buy up into Spectres and Stingers, and even a Marshall on Lynn, but she does like her snipers, as we saw in the last game.
And it seems kind of indecisive right now. Oh, okay, we're back. And so now we're looking at a B lean from the attacker's side. And I'm wondering if we're gonna see a full-on aggression, or if they're gonna take it very slow, because we did see full-on aggression on the A side, and that's why they had to take U-Haul by storm. They managed to get the plant down quickly. Are we gonna see that same aggression with Cypher on B side?
Well, it looks like Genos and Clefairy are being a little bit aggressive with this double garden hold here, and only the tripwire out in the hookah. Yeah, that's going to be quick rotations from the attackers, and that nade finds a clone, Miss Blue Jay. Genos getting Sky, the trade's coming out in favor of the defenders. Lynn just stuck here with a Marshall right now, and Pooker's getting that pick.
Yeah, they didn't go full on site, but they don't have Spike at the moment. They dropped it.
Oh, it is down in garden. Clefairy is holding a bit of an aggressive angle. They're basically pinched.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
they're pinched.
An unfortunate reload.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, that's going to make it a 1v1 situation after those trades.
But we can't see what Casey can do with this Yoru.
Vector versus Stinger, though.
30 seconds left.
Oh, now the Casey has the health advantage.
Oh,
But Dino
even
gets
with
that
that.
pick.
7 health. Wow. And I think that all came down to the aggression by Dinos and Clefairy. I think that they were willing to give up sight so quickly, but it ultimately came down to because once they got that bomb, it was over for them, I think.
Yeah, it also came down to that gun difference. It's with the recent Stinger nerfs, you have to triple dink someone in the head to kill them. So that is also probably a factor to Casey losing that gunfight, even being 78 health to the Dinos' 30 health.
And because of that, oh, quick trades.
Lynn finding first blood. That boombot spots out Juniper and U-Haul, and she's going to be zoned out by those paint shells. Miss Blue Jay getting a pick on Ellie Twitches as she takes sight. They hear that Yoru TP. Juniper just backing out and giving them sight here.
Waiting for the flank though.
Oh my gosh, this is an aggressive position that Dinos and Clefairy are taking. They're basically waiting for someone to hop right into this crossfire, and Pookers did. She fell right for it.
One enemy remaining.
Flushed out.
Did Dinos get that ultimate? Oh my gosh, a 3K, 2 with the ultimate, and Clefairy getting that last pick onto Casey. That's 3-0.
And I'm so impressed because that aggression into smoke and just waiting for that one pick, I definitely would have had expected. And you know, it's partly on Pookers for going into that smoke. No one expects someone to be in it.
I think part of the problem was Exposed Panda had used her turret to place on top of truck there to defend the site rather than watching the flank. She didn't even have an alarm bot back there, so there was nothing to alert them that they were coming from market.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to work on their flank holds, especially because we have seen from Crouch Potatoes a lot of quick rotations through T side.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Now we have another B push. Look at this double hookah hold. It seems Dinos and Clefairy seem to enjoy playing off of each other like this. Lynn already with a flank.
Nailed.
Ouch. Lynn a 2K from behind. That spike down and a teleportation coming in from Ellie Twitches to continue to help hold that. Most of the attackers all zoned out into garden. There is one Exposed Panda falling to Ellie Twitch's Vandal.
And look at this, the attackers aren't
Last
even on
player
site. They're pinched
standing.
in garden.
Ooh. This is not looking good at all. Clefairy taking the head off Skies and taking the round as well.
And Spike was down, so it seemed like it was not going to happen either way. We are going to see full buys on both sides. The attackers can afford a weapon advantage at this point. They are able to take that, but it seems like right now they're not very confident in their plans because at the moment it seems like they're stalling a lot, and because of that, those rotates, they're so quick. They were able to get picked off so early.
Launching smoke.
Looks to be a little bit more of a default with KC looking towards A site here, but there's still all the attacker presence is going towards B. And here's this aggression from Lynn once again pushing up into market. The killjoy turret is, however, on the flank, but those paint shells do so much damage to the health of the defenders in garden there. And this Yoru ultimate, the dimensional drift, allows her to get onto site.
But they don't have
A lot
elbow
of
control.
ultimate. completely right. And this showstopper is going to take out Casey. And a lot of ultimate usage. The run it back, the showstopper, the dimensional drift. Luxe has made their way
Spike
onto
planted.
site.
One enemy remaining.
Cookers is so low. Junifor taps her once, and Lynn finds the last one.
1 HP.
We good. We good.
I'm wondering what can be changed in that, because it seems like now it just comes down to the gunfights. It seems like Clefairy and Dinos are just trading each other very well, so they don't have to worry too much about the aggression. And because of that, the attackers are trying to be a lot more patient, but it isn't
This
helping
goes
out
here.
because those rotates come out quickly. I did see them adapt a little.
coming
Casey
back.
was watching for a flank, but it seemed like Lynn was going for a way longer route than expected. Contrary to the quick flanks we have seen before. So right now it seems like both of the teams are trying to play around each other, and Crouch Potatoes is in the advantage.
Casey once again trying for a lurk here, but this double guard and hold isn't going to be too nice for her if she decides to walk into that.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to get a feel for each site. Oh, with the
The shock dart. RIP to the Ellie Twitches on that one, but Lynn has a tight hold
You
on
should
this
run.
site with her operator. Unfortunately, that Killjoy lockdown is not going to allow her to stay on site. Oh, right click betrayal! She does not get the pick onto Casey, and Sky's Hunter's Fury is going to come out and get Juniforts. That's a 5v2 situation for, I think, for the first time. They look like they have an advantage in this game. I think they might be able to win this one. Dinos does take the head off Sky though, and that was the spike carrier.
oh, but look at this, Spike is down near showers, and it looks like Dinos is
30
defending it
seconds
with their
left.
life. They're gonna have to try to take it back, but
Last player
She
standing.
also has another ultimate. Dinos gets one, and Clefairy with the flicks finds Casey, making it 6-0 on the board. They already have a guaranteed tied half.
how did they not take Spike back? Oh, I didn't even notice it drop. I feel like a lot of the times we don't even see Spike get planted because it's with the wrong person and they get picked off. Once they get picked off, it's immediately they have to retake the Spike, and they don't have the numbers advantage for that. I mean, they did in that last situation, but because of that, they just kept going one by one since they tried to reach for the shower Spike, and Dinos was just
this should
holding
do.
heaven.
Lynn with this operator able to rebuy it. He's a fan of peeking her a little slow to the trigger finger. Does not find that pick. They have Spike dropped in market, however, as they put it onto this site. Oh.
And let's hope they can find it. They aren't gonna peek out yet, but
It would be very unfortunate if they were able to find the Spike here.
I suppose Panda is gonna have to pick this up. But it seems like Lynn and Dinos. Oh.
Hey.
Oh no, Spike is down and the defenders are completely surrounding it, and it seems like now Ellie
One
Twitch has
enemy
found it.
remaining.
Oh, yep, she knows the Spike is there. She knows that Casey is not with the Spike. And there's that final pick,
Got hit.
picking up the operator,
And I
saving them
think-
some credits.
Yeah, and I think that was them playing around the fact that they always find themselves in the situation where Spike is dropped deep into sight. So they were trying to find a way around that. That way they didn't end up in the same situation. But they ended up in an even worse situation where they didn't even have a plant to spike. A spike to plant.
I think it was. You see that play a lot more when they push defaults, where they drop the Spike down in market here, and they play for picks on either side. But they were all pushing D, and for some reason, still decided, you know, why not? Ooh, Clefairy's
that's
caught out
Spike.
Dinos trading.
Spike down
Oh,
again.
that was Spike. Oh my god.
They have sight.
Yep, and Pookers is running up with Spike now, so it is not completely lost.
Decoy. Spike planted.
Oh, it looks like we're going for a full CT retake.
Blue Jay holding a tight corner with her judge. Ellie Twitches does get the better of her, and Dino's completely domes KC. And
One
that
enemy remaining.
orbital strike is going to get Sky, which leaves Fingers the last person standing. They walk right past each other. But Lynn, however, does make sure that no lives are lost as the spike is infused.
That ult by Dinos, that did a little bit of damage onto Pookers.
Yeah, I did not know that reached into Garden, but Dinos is performing exceedingly well right now. I think Bind might just be her map. She's gotten her ultimate 3 times, I want to say already.
Yeah.
Or was it twice? I believe it was twice.
I wouldn't doubt the 3 times. I mean, 15 kills on the board already. We are going to see a little bit more of a mixed buy on the attacker side. It's a complete force, and so if they lose this, it's going to be another round converted afterwards. Lynn already with the early pick.
Yeah, she's going to try to find another one in showers here. Does not quite connect. Does get exposed Panda, however, and with the Blade Storm, oh, that's another right-click betrayal. But Ellie Twitches, trades for her fallen teammate, and Clefairy gets the last pick.
That was such a quick round. Wow. And it just does it feel like right clicks are kind of cursed on this map? I feel like no matter how close you are, they're gonna miss.
The right clicks.
It's just, I've been betrayed too many times, and I'm seeing Lynn be betrayed too many times.
By her right click, yes. It's really unfortunate.
Okay, right now we are going to be seeing a completely just light save almost attacker by hopefully trying to be able to afford rifles on the next round, but because of that, we are going to see a defender advantage.
Here's the run it back being popped on Junifor, taking control of the long and chasing these attackers. Gets a little bit of damage, but the ultimate runs out before she can truly get one.
And look at this, we are seeing Exposed Panda push into Luca behind the smoke.
Dinos finds one, Miss Blue Jay trading 4-4 game with Miss Blue Jay at basically 2 health.
She's trying to wall it.
Right now, I'm pretty sure that Crouch Potato's aggression is actually punishing them a little bit. They're now at 3-3. No woman advantage for either team, but only a health advantage. And Exposed Panda finds
30
Lynn,
seconds left.
taking out that power of the operator there.
Unifor just misses Exposed Panda. And it looks like they're going to take the bomb to the A side. Hopefully get a plant.
Yes, this plant is going to go down for last.
Spike planted.
We are seeing Casey with a Spectre, so this might hurt them.
You should run.
They are trying to hold close, and right now we do see the ult going down, but I don't think it's gonna.
All it's going to do is delay for a little more time, and it's probably going to give them some more of a buffer as they try to go for this defuse.
Going up.
I think this round actually might be good for them, but unfortunately that Killjoy Nano Swarm is still on the bomb, so Junifor can't just stick it. So it's ticking. Clefairy flicks to Casey, gets
One
another on
enemy
Exposed
remaining.
Panda, but 3K for Clefairy with 3 kills. Unfortunately not able to find that defuse, but that means 9-1 on the board. And Luxe finally give themselves a round against the Crouch Potatoes.
Yeah, and because of that, they can afford full buys this round. They can hopefully try to keep that going. Right now, we do see Lux has 2 ults available that can make a lot of travel round distance. And hopefully try to take a little bit more map control, because I feel like what they're missing is being able to take control of multiple angles of a site. Right now, they seem to stall out in the T side kind of area.
Who's next?
So hopefully we can see a little bit more aggression and control.
Yes, this dimensional drift is going to set up Dino's, and she has no idea. Well, now she does, but she does not know that Casey is basically right on top of her here. And Casey gets that first pick. Clefairy is going to find two, however, defending this site and backing out into elbow. Beautiful enemy another, and Wallbang Sky is seeing the tip of her gun there. Ellie twitches with the showstopper, stopping the show.
And again,
Last
I think that
round
ultimately
before
came
the
up to,
switch.
again, map control. I mean, I love the aggression by Casey. That was very well played, and I think that she chose the right place to be in order to gain a little bit more power over the site. But I feel like they didn't take as much as they should have because, again, Clefairy maintained her hold on elbow, and because of that, we saw a quick retake by the defender side. So I feel like we need to gain more control of those positions in order to avoid that situation once more.
Yeah,
Because
it
of-
seems like they were really only
sight.
trying to take control of sight here
my
instead of taking all these positions. But
Cage
we're
trigger.
seeing really aggressive Fuka push here, and Clefairy is going to have to back off.
They are at a disadvantage though because again, this is a completely mixed buy. Oh, but we are seeing ults being popped.
Showstopper makes so much space for the attackers, and they're just able to walk onto site now. Showstopper acting like a pseudo lockdown and just forcing the defenders to back off, or else they'll be picked.
Spike planted.
Very good KC through the smoke though, and Ellie twitches also finds that
Last player standing.
Where is hiding?
Oh my god, Cooper gets 2 picks. Juniper is the one to neutralize her. And that's the last round and a half for them.
We good. We good.
And we did see a lot more control of the map, you know.
Switching sides.
They did take elbow control. They did try and push them out, flush them out with that raise ult because that just makes people run away. You don't want to get hit with the showstopper. But it seemed like, again, it was just the quick retake. We are at a pistol round though now, and we can try to see what happens. It seems like, again, we do
I'm
see
rotating.
more of a attacker lean in regards to Crouch Potato's composition, so they may be at an advantage in regards to this.
Yeah, they definitely are a more attacker-sided
Light 'em
team
up.
than Luxe seems to be, especially since they did win 12 straight rounds on Ascent.
Interestingly, there is this 3-stack B.
3-stack with a Killjoy. And we have Lynn on this lurk. She spots one. I'm not sure if this Blue Jay is going to be able to convert this into anything. But now they know that there were 3 on the B site, so they go for this teleportation, and they're going to take site from there. Pookers is hiding in this cubby here, and this Blue Jay still has some control of U-Haul, battling it out with Elliot Twitches. The spike goes down.
Yeah, but look, they're already getting flushed out of sight. It seems like, again, we are seeing Dinos play for the post plant very far away. And so all they
Yeah,
have to do is stall.
Yeah, she's making sure she has very safe position there. And Lynn, especially when we get taken out by Pookers, Fairy maintaining this hold. And there's that Molly. It's going to... Oh, they actually did half it. So Dinos actually wants to peek it if they decide to swing it again. But Pookers actually finds that pick. Unfortunately, not enough time. Exposed Panda sticking it. And that's going to be 12-1.
Match point.
0.46 seconds. Wow. That actually could have been close. I feel like... I think sometimes you just need to just force the defuse. You know, you have those moments where it's like you have to have somebody try and take it because either way you're going to lose if you don't take that. If you don't take the damage, take the risk.
Time to explode.
I
Yeah,
think
they
the fact
just
that-
like
yeah, I think the fact that they halved it was well thought out, but it just wasn't enough in the end.
And they're being very aggressive now. Crouch Potatoes rushing onto this site, and they're not going to be able to hold it. Miss Blue Jay does get one, but Dino's is going to be trading. Ellie Twitch is also finding a pick of her own. A 4-3 situation early into the round. Spike going down.
Spike planted.
Again, we do have the post plant set up, and it seems like they're very secure, but we are seeing Yodo on the flank. It gets picked off.
Dino's is quick with it, finding headshots.
One enemy remaining.
Beautiful, and Sky's battling out. Clefairy avenging her fallen teammate. And Exposed Panda being the last to fall
Win.
to Ellie Twitches. 13-1, and that is our second map for Crouch Potatoes versus Team Luxe. Crouch Potatoes are going to take that 2-0.
Yeah. I think that, especially on their attacker side, Crouch Potatoes was just ready with the post plant. I don't think there was a situation where a retake would have worked because, again, you had the mollies, you had the strongholds by multiple members fragging out. It was just very well played on their part.